Hello everybody, Gannon here, joined by my lovely co-host Dylan. Say hello, Dylan.
Hello everybody.
Hello, Dylan. Great to have you here.
Great to be here.
Today we are reviewing another One Piece chapter, of course, and I think last episode I was talking to Dylan about perhaps maybe going over the SBS and making a video about it, but the thing that I had realized when I had actually gotten to the SBS is that I remembered is that SBS's are filled with 80% useless garbage that nobody cares about, and then the other 20% is pretty much either something is name dropped and that's cool, or it's just incredibly vague stuff that might not even be real. Like Oda kind of trolled us and also kind of confirmed that Gear 5th might be in Wano, but like I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. He was actually kind of trolling and replying to some horribly written message that was given to him. But yeah, we tried reviewing the SBS. I don't want to do that. The SBSs are kind of fucking boring. But we are, of course, still going to be doing every single chapter of One Piece to ever come out. And today we are doing chapter 1004 titled Kibi Dango. And it's titled Kibi Dango because Tama has the Kibi Dango fruit and she actually, oh my goodness, is she like influencing the tide of the war in this chapter? Like, she is doing a lot. She's really helping out the Straw Hats, which might lead you to believe that perhaps Tama might become a Straw Hat. But then another thing is that, like, I don't know how I feel, and I don't know how a lot of people feel about a kid being on the Straw Hats, and I think they might have even mentioned at some point before they don't even really want a kid on the Straw Hats. Like, do they need a cabin boy or a cabin girl? But if there is going to be a kid to join the Straw Hats, I feel like Tama is a prime candidate.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with the shit that she pulled off in this chapter. But then again, that would be crazy if we got 2 new Straw Hats in a single arc, because Yamato is obviously joining. 100%.
Painfully obvious.
Painfully obvious. Yamato is up there with Brooke and Franky and like Straw Hats joining that have like been fucking really cool and unique and hype, and also strong. Do you know what I mean? These are a special kind of Dango. Do they really work Speed? Speed is so cute. This is what all the other Smiles are thinking. They're looking at Speed because they're into horse girls, I guess. You know, when you're a Smile, I guess you're kind of a little bit to some degree into bestiality, because it's just the way the cookie crumbles, you know what I mean? So they wouldn't mind smashing Speed, the horse girl. Master Queen gave these to me. They should help you heal faster. And then, dude, his gorilla is going crazy. Ooga, 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 ooga. Sort of feels better, but I'm not sure. Wait, I think it's working! I'm jealous of Briscola. And so, yeah, now they all start gobbling down. And she's like, I have enough for you gifters, too. They also boost your physical strength. Really? Can I have one? And these guys are fucking prat idiots. There's another chicken Smile. Dude, we've already seen one. We've already seen, like,
I didn't
a chicken.
even notice that.
Do you see that? We've already either seen, maybe it was a rooster or something, but a rooster's just a male chicken. So, like, bro, two chicken Smiles? That's obviously another chicken one. If you remember, the other one, like, laid eggs out his ass or something. Horcella, I want you to go to Onigashima, but no one will let me. Or, this is Tama speaking to Speed in a flashback that Speed is thinking about. She is referring to Speed as Horcella. Tama says, Horcella, I want to go to Onigashima too, but no one will let me. She says, leave it to me, little master. This is a strong fruit, dude. This is a really good fruit, like...
What, the Tama's?
Tama's fruit.
Oh yeah, it's insane against
it
like,
is
zone
it
uses.
is rather
it's very like particular in what it does, but what it does, it's crazy.
It's really strong and
situationally
extremely strong in this very moment.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the stuff that she does this chapter is wild. It's really wild. She basically takes care of all the gifters.
I'm gonna say all, but I would say a large majority. Probably.
Dude, she's taking care of like the gifters, dude. I'm talking about the people. Yeah, I know, not all of them, of course, but like, dude, like a large majority.
Yeah, no, definitely a large majority.
She rips as many dangos out of her cheeks as she can. This obviously uses endurance and stamina to some degree, but she is just a child, and these are a lot of Dangos. So I imagine somebody who is not a child can definitely make hundreds of these things. Master, please stop. You're pushing yourself too hard. And also, not to mention, Tama is a starving child. She's a fucking starving child. This bitch says right here on the next one, she says, I should be allowed to have rice too. This bitch doesn't even have rice. If we have lots of Dango, we can get more to join our side. I want to see it. A Wano without Orochi or Kaido. A Wano where Momo is Shogun. I'm sick of always being hungry. I should be allowed to have rice too. Roger that. We'll get him. Yeah, we'll show him. Hell. And dude, it doesn't matter how strong any of these gifters are either. They're all going to fall influence to the Kibi Dango because they're animals. They have animal traits. So does this work with zone users?
I don't know, because we've only seen it with Smiles, but it works with it works with regular animals, right? Because that's how Tama has the dog she just fed it one of the thingies, I'm pretty sure. So it works with regular animals and it works with Smiles, so I feel like there's a high chance it could, but at the same time, what if she fed one of those to Kaido or something? Would that work, or who knows? Dude,
I don't know.
Maybe
here's my theory. Here's my theory, Dylan. If it doesn't work on regular zone users, it most definitely 100% works on awakened zone users. Because awakened zone users, I strongly believe that to be an awakened zone user, you have to train the user of a zone fruit to completely abandon their humanity and totally envelop themselves into the creature. Do you know what I mean? That's what Chopper did prior to Rumble Ball post-time skip, and that's also the same behavior that all of the zones in Impel Down, they were all just fucking animals. They weren't even human anymore. Do you know what I mean?
They really weren't.
So I theorize that, let's say that the Kibi Dango doesn't work on zone users, but I would like to think, this is probably never going to happen, we're never going to see this shit, but I would like to think it would affect an awakened zone user. Gifters, eat up. Gazelle Man is now running around at fucking Mach 5 and throwing these Kibi Dangos in everybody's mouths. That's the Vice Warden of Udon. It's payback time. Get him. And it's funny. He's like, sorry about all that. I'm changed, man. So let's forget about all the pasty. And he's waving his arm around. And it's a really Japanese thing to do. You see it in anime a lot when somebody's just kind of trying to wave something off, and they just wave their hand in front of their face. That's what Daifugo is doing right there in that panel. It is extremely funny. Really nice touch. And yeah, no. Bitch is just going around. It's just cramming it in everybody's mouth. Because, the Scorpion dude, the Vice Warden of Udon, I assume he's got to be a really strong Smile. So he's definitely able to just go around and just fucking slam these things down people's throats. Dome Interior Right Brain Tower we're transitioning to. And this is, oh my god, yes. Dylan. Yes. This is so great. This is really great. All right, Dylan, I'm going to hand the reins off to you for a couple panels. Go ahead. Tell us what's going down.
I would love to. Okay. So here we have, it's we go back to Franky and Sasaki, right? Mm-hmm. We see Franky uses General Left. He shoots bullets out, or I don't know if those regular bullets or explosive. It looks like they're kind of explosive when they hit him, but it hits him. It doesn't really do anything. Sasaki just charges through, and then we just see Sasaki get right up next to Franky, about to stab him through the chest. But what does Franky do?
He pulls it up.
He grabs it, yanks him away, and flips Sasaki over like a whole ass dinosaur. That probably weighs a couple tons. He just flips it over,
dude. Let me interject real quick. Just one comment, and dude. I mean, it's a fucking samurai shogun robot versus a triceratops. That's epic. That's an epic fight. This is going to be a great fight, but continue, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm really excited. But we just see him flip him over. Sasaki does what seems to be a few spins, right? Mm-hmm. And then Franky opens up his left shoulder to fire some rockets at him, and then we see a whole bunch of Smile users jump onto him and hold him down or something. And then they say we're not your average foot soldiers, we're gifters, we're given abilities. And Franky's even saying wow, they're surprisingly strong. So it would make sense that Smiles not only give them the weird type of like of spawning animal abilities they do, but
definitely augments their physical abilities.
Yeah, it makes
them
stronger like Zoans do, just like their regular strength. So we see them holding Franky like kind of down, and Sasaki's charging at him again, and then we see Usopp and Nami and Otama on the dog charging at them. Right, Nami and Usopp are like, "Help!" You know, with the facial expressions, with all the gifters behind them who seem to be chasing them.
Yeah, dude, like, they think they're chasing them.
Yeah, things keep going from bad to worse. and then Sasaki's like, "Oh yeah, that's it, gifters, keep it up." This is what happens when you face superior numbers. Every battle on the island will end up like this. And then Thomas says, "That's why I'm here, to even the odds."
Nani?
And it's yes. Sasaki's like, "Nani?" And then all the gifters start charging forward.
Everyone help Frankonosuke! Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Look at them all.
It's
Dude,
hype.
Look at that weird sheep fucker with the Benito scythe or whatever that thing is called.
I see him.
And then there's also just like a dude on a panda. They say, "Huh? What are you guys? How is this? Wait, I gotta move." Franky gets out of the way. He jumps out. And they all storm Saseki, every one of the gifters. They all just hurl themselves towards him. And then they're flung off immediately. Because, you know, Saseki's an actual, like, great top-tier zone. And they're bootleg little zones. He's like, "What the hell is going on? Saseki, they're traitors. Crush them all to a pulp. Page 1. Ulti? Why would they double-cross us? These pests must be using some weird ability. Isn't that right? It's like you want to get your heads caved in," says Ulti, looking at Nami and Usopp. She's like, "No way, not again. Beware of lightning. Getting struck might lead to heart problems." And then she does a little bit of a Thunder Lance tempo straight through Ulti, a well-timed one. Really well done, Nami. Dude, Nami needs to get a power-up, bro. She needs a real one. Like this isn't cutting it anymore. Like, she's got a lot of bullshit abilities in her kit, like the Mirage Tempo and all that she could pull out and do some fuck shit every once in a while. But this is not enough. And you will see very clearly that this is not enough. Page 1 says, "Big sis!" That won't keep her down for long. The Thunderbolt would have to be way bigger. Miss Ulti's been, and then she's like, "Damn it! That hurts! I'm gonna get that woman! How dare she!" So she just felt pain. That's all that was. She has not been influenced by that attack at all. Literally just an attack to keep her occupied for a couple seconds. Usopp says, "You guys, look over here. Lethal? Dango Star!" And then he shoots Kibi Dangos into the mouths of a bunch of other gifters.
This really reminded me of like Thriller Bark when he would like shoot the salt into the mouths of the zombies and like make them like be purified or whatever. This like really gave me like those vibes. Like really
Dude,
hard.
Did you see in the last episode they showed the Ashura Doji and the Odin fight in the Odin flashback?
No,
I just saw a clip of it today. They're really making it like, I don't know, a point to show and represent the fact that Odin is using some advanced form of hockey. Like, they're making his swords glow like fucking lightsabers.
Yeah, I saw the episode where he like cut the like big ass boar in half. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, dude. I need to make that video eventually, but there is no way that hardening and then hockey that goes beyond hardening is invisible. Do you know what I mean? There's no fucking way. Odin is over here chilling with swords that look like absolute fucking lightsabers. Yeah, you know what's funny, Dylan? Because I was thinking about this. I wanted to tell the story on the podcast because this is a podcast about One Piece, but it is also a podcast, so I kind of want to talk about something really funny. The other night, for some reason I want to share this on the podcast, but the other night I was just like literally going through my phone as per usual. I set my phone down, I walked back to it, and some like random female who I don't know who they are, I've never talked to them before. They're like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "What's up?" And they're like, "You screenshotted something." And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And they're like, "Yeah, look, you just did it again." And there's like, it said that you've screenshotted the chat. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know you. And I'm definitely not screenshotting anything. Like, don't flatter yourself, right?" And then I was like, "Oh, that's what's going on." I've never experienced this before, but I had left my screen recorder on after like I was recording a meme, and I just left it on running for like a couple minutes, and I didn't know. So whenever I was looking through people's stories, it would just screenshot them. And I think I might have just screenshot a couple stories. And the thing is that I told her this. I was like, oh, I see. I was like, it's my screen recorder. I left it on, so I sent her a screen cap of my screen recorder. I was like, you know that thing you used to get memes? And she's like, huh? And then at this point, I was at work, and I was just like, bitch, like, if you don't know how to use your phone, that's not my problem. I don't know you. I can't be fucked. So I just, like, I think I just didn't reply to her. I think she unadded me after that. Good. And then I unadded her. But, like, I guess she didn't understand what a screen recorder is. But just let that be a lesson to some of you Apple users if you have screen recorder. Some people might get a little bit, confused by that. Especially if they're fucking stupid and don't know how to use a phone. But, yeah. That's what happened to me the other night. Usopp shoots the Kibi Dangos into the mouths of, like, all these gifters. Thomas says, everybody follow my lead. Yes, little master. Hey, what the hell is going on? Stay put, armored corpse. Dude, she just stole the armored corpse, I think. Did she? Now, this is real. Dude, I think she just stole them. Like, she just,
wait, I didn't even notice that. I definitely think she did.
I think that's literally what she did. Because he's like, stay put, armored corpse. So, she just stole the armored corpse. Saseki is now on his own. And weirdly enough, the moment Saseki's on his own and without the rest of his squad booted up, Franky says, I'm your opponent. Keep your eyes on me. Franky's sword. Yes. Victory V-Flash! This is such a hard move because I don't think we've really seen the General Franky utilize his sword in such a degree.
No, I don't think we have.
This dude takes his sword, his giant robot mech samurai General Franky sword, and cuts the fuck, like a lethal cut right into the tummy of Saseki. This dude's like, ah! Like he does the V-Flash, the victory V-Flash. Basically implying that Franky's totally going to get this dub because it's the victory V-Flash. It isn't the loser V-Flash. Castle interior, 3rd floor, great banquet hall. Also, another thing that I would like to say before we go any further is just this was a brilliant chapter. Because at first I was like, okay, well, they're going to do another chapter, and then they're going to kind of address all the individual fights and all the individual people and the stuff that's going on with them that isn't going on top of the roof, right? Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was they just did it really well in this chapter. This was a great transition,
I agree.
First seeing Tama, who wasn't really a part of the battle, seeing her get into it. She's now invested in the war. And then right after that, we finally get to see a little bit more of Franky. And you'll see in a minute, we're going back to Sanji as well. So it's either next chapter, we might go back onto the roof, or I assume that for the next chapter, and then probably one after that, that we're just going to be seeing a little bit more of what's going on around the island. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
we're going over now to the 3rd floor Great Banquet Hall. Looks like you've settled down, Blackleg Sanji. He's like, ugh, you really went wild earlier. It was cute. You're quite strong. What a shame. You could put these men through all that, but you can't lay a finger on a woman. You never stood a chance against us. Your life is now in my hands. Now, call Nico Robin here. Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Okay. We're going to keep going, because that's not even the best part. If you face this girl while you speak, your voice will be projected through the whole castle. You do that, and you'll be free to go. And see, that is something that I was definitely mentioned in a previous podcast. I was very much wondering what kind of mechanic that those, like, eyeball papers have. Dude, I honestly think that they're magically some, like, ninja art. They've got to be some ninja art. It's got to be some, like, magical ninja art that allows them to relay information through these seeing eye papers. And so that's really cool, but that also has me questioning, like, bro, is Raizo a Devil Fruit user, or is he just using ninja arts? This is something that I need to know. Because it honestly could go either way. The way he was referring to his ability, it seemed like a Devil Fruit ability, but then on the other hand, like, it could totally just be a ninja art. Like, if you're able to transport images and in your voice through these seeing papers, then why isn't Raizo, who's like the best ninja ever, able to just simply transfer anything through a scroll? That should seem like a thing that he could be able to do.
Yeah.
These are Master Kaido's orders. What do you want with Robin? We'll see. Well, let's see first. We'll surround her, then we'll break all of her limbs so she won't run away. But don't worry, we won't kill her, not until we get what we want. And then Sanji, this is really hard. Because there have been many moments in the series where everybody's like, no, Luffy's going to be the Pirate King. And it's all really like, it warms our hearts and everything that like everybody believes so strongly in Luffy. Yeah. But right here, Sanji, really fucked up, like his face shrouded, says, you shouldn't underestimate Nico Robin. And bro, that's hard. Because, dude, like, I need this to be the Skypiea Nico Robin fight on steroids. Like, 5 times as good. I swear Nico Robin hasn't really had a good fight since Skypiea, right? Like, that was her dope solo fight where she beat that fat fuck and sent him rolling off the cliff and, like, broke his back. Like, she is ruthless. She is ruthless. In the first start of the series, dude, she just broke everybody's backs. Nico Robin is ruthless, and I cannot wait to see this shit. Two bad bitches going at it. Maria, Nico Robin, they could both eat me. For all I care, okay? Live floor. I see them. I know where they are. It's this is the main girl who was...
Oh, like the little squirrel one.
Yeah, dude, I just noticed, but like look at her hand on the left. It looks like a high heel. It doesn't really look like a hand. I see them. I know where they are. She's the flying squirrel smile user. And she was the OG kind of like right hand to Kaido who's giving everybody information. I found the red scabbards. Looks like they escaped to the rooftop. They all have bloody wounds. Looks like they're still breathing through. They're behind the castle tower. This is a really cool panel, by the way. You could see like from her perspective through the seeing paper. It's really awesome. And I also really like how Oda illustrated the scabbards fucked up in that room. In a couple of these panels, it looks amazing. In the Citadel's treasure room on the 2nd floor. So they got away from Master Kaido. I've got my hands full at the moment. Isn't anyone else available? I mean, yeah, dude, what the fuck is going on with Marco and them?
Yeah.
Like
it's definitely, obviously, they've moved away from, like, that big central area.
Yeah, someone go to the treasure room immediately and eliminate the samurai. Black Maria, did you hear that? King, I'll go. The treasure room on the 2nd floor isn't far from here. I just need to finish off the red scabbards, right? I'm counting on you. Kinemon? Don't you dare go near them. And then in his mind, Sanji's thinking, they were defeated? I mean, bro, Sanji, I don't know why you're thinking this. Like, dude, you were defeated, Holmes. Like, bro, you are lagging people down as we speak, bro. They took on Kaido. You lost to women because you have some... You can't hurt women, dude. That's your biggest... Sanji's already not that... Sanji's already not strong enough, bro. But, dude, like, he's capped against women. He cannot fight them. And honestly... You know what? I feel like if I wasn't distracted by all this other dope shit going on, I would definitely be the little bit of a Debbie Downer and say that, like, Sanji is already taking another L. Like, dude, Sanji... Bro, come on. We cannot be having this. Like, the stuff he did when he first got his raid suit was cool. He kind of kicked around a couple dinosaurs. Like, went head-to-head with X-Drake. But, dude, come on. Like, that's not that cool.
I think we just have to wait and see.
We have to wait and see, but it is a little bit of a shame to just see Sanji kind of taking such an L off rip. Like, Sanji's always the character to take those L's, too. Do you know what I mean? Like, Punk Hazard, Sanji was literally manipulated and fucked the entirety of Whole Cake, and now he's here in Wano, and the first thing he does when the war starts is get captured by the enemy and get fucked up, being a burden to his allies. And I would just kind of like something better for Sanji, but I would like to think that the moment that Sanji gets out of his webbing prison, that he is going to just go sicko mode and go do some really awesome shit. Be careful, says the flying squirrel girl. I count 10 people in the room, and she is actually not even like looking in the room, it's this mouse. She has got the seeing eye papers on a bunch of these little mice, which is really cool. A surveillance system. It's like, I count 10 people in the room. 10 of them! It's dark, so I can't see clearly. But somebody's helping the samurai. Take them down quickly. There's definitely somebody there. Somebody else. Dun dun dun! Chapter 1004, and unfortunately we have a break next week. Who could it be?
You know who it
There are
is?
two people. It's
no,
Toki.
There's 3 people.
There's 2 people. There's 2. It's Toki
Enel,
or
dude.
Hiyori.
It's totally enough.
Dude, anybody... Dude, I'm just saying, listen, I'll stake my entire fucking career on this, that is not an L. And anybody who thinks it's an L, or is even, like, joking about that being an L, you're fried as fuck. In no universe would Enel ever come down from the moon and decide to help the Red Scabbards like he knows those boys. That's
and, like,
fucking
he's looking
retarded.
Around in the shadows crying about their dead bodies.
Yeah,
dude. Enel would come down, like, raining fucking lightning bolts of destruction on the battlefield, bro. Like, you want to be slinking
like,
around
Enel,
like this.
dude, Oda would never bring back Enel in that fashion. Like, there are many people who have been waiting their whole entire lives for Enel to return. There are people who would actually, like, if Enel showed up in front of them, that they would probably suck him off right then and there until there was cum dripping down their throats. Enel is not showing up. And it is goofy to even joke about, bro. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I can't believe people are actually, like thinking that. When
dude, he's got the same womanish nose, and I get he's got the long earlobes.
There's one humongous thing here that is missing that can tell you for a fact this is not enough.
What is it? I haven't seen a picture of him.
And that is the fact that there are no drums on his back. The things that, like, the drums that were literally, like, in his back, which, like, play a role in, like, how he fights,
they're
like, actually serves a function.
Yeah, the Raijin drums.
Yeah. So there's no way in
Bro,
hell.
Enel is actually one of the best and coolest villains, like, in all of One Piece. It's a shame that the Skypiea arc was a little bit it was so long, and everything that happened in it was so irrelevant. The only thing that really mattered in the Skypiea arc that kind of connected it with the rest of the One Piece story is that it was basically us learning that Sky Islands exist, and there's, like, a whole subculture of Sky people that most people in the Blue Sea don't even know fucking exist. And then second of all, the fact that Roger went up there, and I think, and then what the backstory with Mont Blanc Nolan, and you can kind of tie that in. And Mont Blanc Nolan is supposed to be, like, basically another Joy Boy. He's supposed to be, like, low key, like a Pirate King type person. But I don't think I really truly fully understand it. If I'm going to be real with you, I have to go catch up on Mont Blanc. But dude, that's not an L. Sorry, I'm rambling about Skypiea, but that is not an L. That he's either that I'm leaning towards this is
Toki.
Dude, I'm leaning towards that this is going to be Toki. And here's why. I assume that when Toki jumps into the future, to some degree, she's able to see the timeline. How could she know to send the Scabbards forward exactly 20 years in time?
She knows that. Actually,
and then also, if this is Toki and she sent herself forward in time 20 years in a handful of, like, weeks, then she's got to be able to see the timeline to some degree. So that's what I'm thinking if that is Toki. But then also there's a huge possibility that might be Hiyori as well. Because, what the fuck is Hiyori doing right now? Nothing?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
So this could be a moment where it's like Oda is basically trying to make us think that that is Toki. Because that looks exactly like Toki. Like, carbon copy of that bitch. But at the same time, it's very much possible that Hiyori could have just wore her hair differently and because she's going into a fucking war and she's helping them, right? So I'm actually I'm actually, my new theory now that I've just actually said that is that I think that's Hiyori, and I think that she has aesthetically changed to purposely be reminiscent of her mother, because I won't allow myself to be fucked by Oda again. I've been fucked by Oda with the Yamato Odin, been fucked by Oda, like, another time, too. I think I got wrong a prediction. I feel like this is Oda trying to make us think it's Toki, but that's Hiyori.
Well, I'm going to let myself get fucked by Oda, and I'm saying that I think it's Toki.
Good.
Because we just saw, all we saw of her was like the last thing we saw is she was just sitting there staring at the moon or something, and then like we didn't see her die. Like I don't think, has it been said she died or something? I think it has, but come on. I feel like if this isn't Toki, I still think Toki's gonna show up at some point in this arc, because like she literally has the ability to jump forward in time. And
yeah,
she knows,
dude,
like,
that's like what I was thinking the whole time. Like, ever since I heard of the death of Toki and like that whole incident, the moment we first heard about it in that chapter where you learn that the scabbards are from the past and they're time travelers, and honestly, that is such an underplayed twist. Like, that's one of the craziest, biggest twists in all of One Piece, and I think people forget that a lot of time, that the scabbards are time travelers. That's insane and awesome. But what was I talking about before that?
About how Toki or Hiyori?
Oh, yeah. How the fuck do you let yourself die with a fruit that allows you to just jump through time wherever you are, anytime you want, whenever? Like, there could be a bullet... There could be bullets, fire. Like, there could just be the roof caving in on you, and you could just jump through time. Like, 10 years, and then that roof wouldn't even exist. So, yeah, I was always wondering how Toki died, and I honestly always doubted that she died, but then there also isn't a lot of dialogue or anything to really imply that she's not dead. Like, Kaido and Orochi have never expressed... concern with Toki. You'd think that they would try to like find her body and confirm her death and like, you know, extinguish the Kozuki bloodline, but you know, look at how good of a job they've done so far. There is a good chance that that's Toki. My kind of go-to right now is that it is Hiyori dressed like Toki. But anyways, anything else you would like to say about chapter 1004 of One Piece, Dylan?
Nothing much.
Yeah, nothing much either. I give that chapter a good, solid 7 out of 10. It was good. I was
going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
It is very appropriately in the 7-ish range. We got to see some really great things. It wasn't super juicer, but it was an all-around just good, solid chapter. I enjoyed reading every panel. I felt like everything that happened, I'm really okay with. And I'm also just really excited about this Black Maria Nico Robin fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the best fights. It really is. I'm maybe excited to see how Robin grows. Do you know what I mean? Perhaps she might need to unlock armament hockey to defeat an ancient zone. To defeat an ancient zone, might need to unlock some hockey. Because I don't think she is beating an ancient zone with her bare hands.
And if it's shown, like, at all that... like Black Maria has like armament hockey in any form, like she has to, because there's no other way she'd be able to like attack her or like defeat her without it.
If Black Maria pops out the armament hockey in the Nico Robin fight, that is confirmation that Nico Robin is going to get armament hockey in this fight, and then this will be,
and then she'll ascend.
Then she'll ascend and actually be stronger than Franky, Brook, all of them. Like, dude, she'll ascend.
Like, she will. Like, Robin getting armament hockey would be insane.
It's something we need, and it's something that I think is very likely to happen, especially with just the way things set up are now. And then also you need to think about Usopp had an awakening in the last couple arcs. He had an awakening in Dressrosa.
And that was
so it's totally not out of the question that Robin would have an awakening of hockey as well.
Also, like, if there's any character to unlock it, like, I feel like it
has to be Robin.
Brook or Robin. And most definitely Robin.
Brook might already know it, dude.
I don't think he has, because it's never been explicitly shown. And I don't think he's just going to learn it and not have it be shown.
Wait a second, what was this? Dude, is there ever a time when Brook cuts a dragon? It says on the wiki. It says here, he's like Zoro, Brook can now cut materials that are harder than steel, as he was able to cut down a dragon whose scales are tougher than steel. I press on the bookmark 73, and then it just kind of doesn't lead me to anything.
The only thing I could think of, if that's true, would be like the Punk Hazard dragons, and like even then, I don't think those are actually made of like scales. It's like, and they're like pretty sure those are like machines.
Yeah, it is the Punk Hazard dragon. It happens in chapter 682, titled "The Puppet Master." That is a little bit of a stretch. I was thinking, because the one way you can confirm whether somebody has haki to some degree or has at least awakened it is if they could cut steel. I don't think you could cut steel without knowing advanced sword haki to some degree, because that's something that they were really trying to make a note of in this arc, that what Zoro did at Alabasta against Mr. One to some degree was some knowledge of advanced haki. Like, that's what that shit is. So if Brook is able to cut steel-like substances, I would have to believe that he's somewhat capable of haki to some degree. I would like to think that Brook is capable of haki right now to some degree. But it's definitely not confirmed, and is definitely, like, headcanon, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But with all that being said, I love going off on tangents. Tangent Andy, thank you guys so much for watching another one of the OnePod podcast. Thank you so much, Dylan, for being here, as per usual. Going to be on a break, so that's going to be forcing my depressed ass to get out some other content next week, which I definitely need to do. Just not been dropping a whole lot of videos other than the OnePod podcast lately, and I'm really trying to do better. But thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to have to see you in the next one. Goodbye!